Okay, we're here this morning with Cheramie Viator from the Silver Spur Ranch. We're at the National Western Stock Show in Denver on a beautiful January day, and wanted to talk with Cheramie a little bit about her operation, about the work that she does with the Silver Spur, and a little bit about genetic selection and some of the trends and some of the priorities that you see for the commercial cow-calf producer. So if you just first give me a little bit of background about the Silver Spur and the work that you do.
Well, we run both a commercial and registered operation. The registered cattle are based in either Encampment, Wyoming or Kiowa, Colorado. And then our commercial operations are at Wyoming and in central Colorado and New Mexico. We have the T.O. Ranch and the Bell Ranch. And really our focus for both our registered and commercial cattle, it's a very limited resource operation. We're a low feed input operation, and we try and match our genetics to our environment.
What types of breeds do you work with on the ranch?
We run a black-based cow herd at our northern ranches, and then at the southern ranches in New Mexico, we run a Red Angus-based cow herd there, and we're growing our Red Angus numbers, but we also have a large Angus herd. Our commercial cow base in northern parts of our ranches are black-based, and then we run a small Hereford cow herd and a Charolais operation as well, a registered Charolais operation.
What do you see as some of the relative benefits of the different breeds in terms of the needs of your customers, depending on their location and the kind of selection priorities that they might have in place for their own ranches?
I think it's very important that we look at our feed resources and what that cow has to run on. For us, we like to keep our maternal-based genetics fairly balanced in terms of growth. We look for optimum growth and not maximum growth. So like our Red Angus and our Angus cattle and our Hereford cattle as well, those are going to be cattle that are going to not have quite as much growth in terms of a spread from birth to yearling, but yet when we need extra growth, we'll use that, get that from our terminal or our continental breed, such as our Charolais breed. I think sometimes today our cattle industry, we've maybe focused our breeds in the wrong directions, and we at Silver Spur, it's going to be real important that we keep the right breeds targeted for the right purposes.
Yeah, that's a really good point, and depending on a person's location and the kind of genetics they already have in their cow herd, probably plays a big role into just what types of bulls they want to use in their program. Exactly,
and for instance, I had some great advice given to me this summer when we purchased the Bell Ranch. A gentleman explained to me, he said, match your cows to the water allocations or the water allotment there at that place, and I think it's very similar. You match your cows to the environment, and that's going to be what survives. And those cattle that are maybe have a lower energy requirement, those females that can get out and survive, whether it's a drought condition or whether it's a good grass year, those are the cattle that are going to be profitable for us.
Yeah, especially now as feed and other inputs just get to be more and more expensive, and at the same time the calf prices are sky high and look to be rising still, and getting the most out of each animal on kind of limited resources probably is what's going to pay best for the producer.
And for us at Silver Spur, we have the opportunity that we actually feed most of our cattle all the way through harvest. So there it comes in again that it's important for us to match the correct terminal sire with those maternal-based genetics. So that's where our Charolais cross cattle come in, and we actually even have a composite breed, a Charolais Red Angus cross, that we'll use in the correct environments. So yes, using cattle that'll convert both on grass and cattle that'll convert in the feed yard, that's where profitability happens. We can't have cattle that are it won't work for cattle to be one-dimensional. Our cattle have to be very multi-dimensional in terms of how they can adapt and be efficient.
Yeah, that's a great point, and especially with the geographic diversity that you're covering, you have a lot of different options there, but also a lot of challenges as far as finding the right combinations of genetics that work in those different environments.
I think efficiency is important too to talk about, but a lot of folks have kind of keyed on, and it's a fad or fashion talking about feed efficiency. But really, I think efficiency is designed or defined in more than just feed efficiency. We need to talk about reproductive efficiency and soundness efficiency. Things like that are going to be very important for the commercial cowman. And at Silver Spur, we start at the ground up. When we look at cattle, we look at feet, we look at joints, and then work up into rib shape and muscle and volume. All of that plays in each breed, whether it be Angus, Red Angus, Hereford, or Charolais. I think those very basics are important.
I think stayability is probably one of the biggest efficiency traits when it comes to economics over the long term.
Absolutely. A female has to be able to calve as a 2-year-old and rebreed, or she doesn't stay around.
Good. Well, sure appreciate your time.
Thanks.
And
enjoy the stock show.
Yeah, you too. Fantastic.